I'm so excited. I have not done a YouTube video in a year, more than a year, maybe, but I'm super stoked to be like getting back into it. So what we're gonna do today, as promised, is a very, very basic makeup look. Super easy to do, super easy to follow along with. So let's start with the base. Definitely want a good moisturizer. My go-tos between two different ones are this one right here is the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty. That is my go-to. I've had that for a little bit. And then this one is also facial moisturizer with SPF. And this is from Nourish Mantra, which is pretty amazing. And all you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of moisturizer on your skin. Super, super important, y'all. Moisturize that skin. It doesn't matter if you are, you have dry skin, normal skin, oily skin, you have to moisturize your skin. So we're just gonna apply some of this. This one smells really good. I actually love it. All over and gently rub it in. Okay. And then once it's all rubbed in, we can go in with primer. Now, probably get a little bit of hate for saying this. That's okay. I'm not a huge fan of primer. I mean, it works. It's amazing. I love it to an extent, but I actually don't wear it all that often. Some of them can be super pricey, but I know it's like a crime not to prime and all that jazz, but I actually don't use it every day. I've also run out of the majority of my primers, but in my opinion, it's just not for me all the time. So that's okay. The primer that I do have, and I actually love this, I actually keep this in my makeup kit, is the First Base Primer. It's from LimeLife by Alcone. It's a little spray. And that's that. You're gonna let it sit for a minute, okay? While you're gonna let it sit, you're gonna grab a beauty blender. I love beauty blenders, okay? I'm obsessed with applying my makeup with a beauty blender. I find it has a much more kind of soft finish, more of a flawless finish than a brush. I could be a little bit biased. I'm obsessed, but that's okay. So to use a beauty blender, you have to wet it. You're gonna run it under the water, okay? And you're gonna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. You don't want it dripping wet. You want it a little bit wet. So once you think that you've gotten all the water out of your beauty blender, you're gonna take a clean towel or paper towel and do it again and get as much moisture out as possible. It's just supposed to be a little bit wet. You don't want it dripping down your face and ruining your makeup. Nobody wants that. I actually ran out of my go-to NYX Cosmetics foundation, and they didn't have my shade at the store. I went this morning just to check, so I wasn't gonna waste the money on anything else. So we're gonna use Morphe today. So this shade that I have is the F150 and it's matte. Okay, so you're gonna apply a little bit to your beauty blender, and then you're gonna dab it, kind of spread it around. When it comes to foundation, you don't want to drag it. Okay, you don't want to do that. With a beauty blender, you're just gonna pat it in. Patting motion, patting motion. It's super, it seems very white with the ring light. I promise you it is my color. It's just a little bit blown out from the light, but like really good coverage, you guys. Really, really good coverage. It doesn't smell like it has a scent. Everything has a scent, but it's not a nasty scent. You know what I mean? It's not super florally or anything like that. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a nice thin layer of foundation. You do not need a ton of foundation to cover your face. You don't need to squirt it on. You don't need to rub 17 layers in. It's a waste of product, okay? Like a royal waste. And you don't need that much makeup, okay? So all you're gonna do, you're just gonna pat it all in, and we are gonna warm up the face with a little bit of bronzer. So again, it's looking really white, but I promise you it's the ring light. It has a bit, it's a bit blown out, but that's okay. So once you're done this, you're done your base face is what we're gonna call it. We are gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of powder to set it. I'm gonna warm up the face a little bit. So I'm gonna use this. This is from BH Cosmetics. And I will also say that the majority of my makeup brushes are from BH Cosmetics. Anything that I use in this video, I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to buy it or not. Up to you. But this is what it is. I actually have 2 of these. One of them is kept in my makeup kit. So, I'm going to get a brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. You can see it's an angled brush. It's a little bit more dense. This one is number 137. And you're going to grab some of the contour. Always tap off the excess product. Now, we're just going to warm the face slightly because this is more of a basic makeup look. We don't want to go crazy contour all out. We're starting from scratch, okay? So if you do want to go in and do kind of a crazier look, I can definitely do more videos with a little bit more detail in terms of contouring. So we're just adding a little bit and warming it up right on our cheekbones here. And again, you don't have to go crazy. This is just to start. We're going to go around the hairline. Okay, I'm just going to spread that product around. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It does not have to be perfect. I like to add a little bit of warmth on my nose. So I just use the ends of the brush and I follow the curve right here, the curve of my nose, like so. I just like to warm up my nose a little bit. I don't like to look super pale, you know, not a fan. I need a different brush. Again, this brush is from BH Cosmetics, and we're just gonna go all over. It's almost like a contour, but we're not kind of super defining anything. We're just adding a little bit of warmth, just a little bit. So again, this is like a contouring palette. I'm obsessed. Like I said, I have 2 ones in my makeup kit. We're gonna go in with some blush. This one is from Milani, and it is called 08 Tea Rose. And all you're gonna do for blush is put a little bit on your brush, tap off the excess, and you're gonna smile. Okay, right here. This is where your blush is gonna go, right on the apples of your cheeks. And you're just gonna have a pinky little glow. Voila. This one's a really light blush. I do have some crazy blushes. BH Cosmetics also actually has a blush compact like this, except it's blushes. I have it in my makeup kit. I do love it. So, eyebrows. As you can see, these little stubbins. They're not huge, and that's okay. I actually shaved them in half while I was doing a makeup look for Halloween. So I don't know if you've seen it, but it's kind of like an alien face makeup look. Anyway, my eyebrows were getting in the way, and I got really annoyed because it was going to ruin the entire makeup look. So I shaved my eyebrows in half. You know, sometimes we have smart ideas. Sometimes we don't. But what I'm going to do for this look is normally I actually use eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is my go-to for eyebrows. It just works perfectly. I have tried pomades. I'm personally not a huge fan of them. That's just me. I find they kind of like pull and they stick, and eyeshadow works the best for me. But my favorite liner, which is LimeLife by Alcone, this is the perfect eyeliner in brown. By the way, I'm not associated with this company at all. I actually just love the products. Because it's super thin, as you can see, this is perfect for creating hair strokes. So all that I do is I balance myself out. You're gonna take a little spoolie and you're gonna brush those hairs up. Also, keep in mind, you probably have more eyebrows than I do. I'm just gonna create some hair strokes. And we're just gonna go in really lightly and start to draw some hair on to the eyebrow. So we're gonna follow kind of the normal shape of my brow and just tiny little hair strokes. So it's looking better and better and better. But basically all you want to do is you want to fill in your brow. That's the goal here. If you already have natural eyebrows, God love ya. I'm jelly. Okay, even when they're not cut in half, they're not huge. I'm gonna blame the 90s for that, but that's okay. So kind of one eyebrow a little bit done. We're gonna do the other one now too, okay? Got some eyebrows drawn on. We're gonna go in with a little bit of eyeshadow. And again, this look is not super dark. So we're gonna go in with a more neutral palette. This one is from NYX, okay? This is the Ultimate Shadow Palette. And it's actually gorgeous. It's perfect for neutrals, okay? So all we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with a super fluffy brush, okay? This one is from BH Cosmetics number 5. And also, if you do shop on BH Cosmetics, look in the sale section, sale/clearance, because you can get like a full 10 to 20 piece brush set for like $15. And they're good quality, legit. That's like all the makeup brushes that I have in my makeup kit are from BH Cosmetics. Majority of my brushes that I have right here on my makeup desk, BH Cosmetics. So anyway, so you're gonna load up your brush. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with a softer light brown, okay? And watch, you're gonna tap it off. Do you see that fallout? You don't want that on your eyes, and you don't want it all over your clothes and all over your face, okay? Because that's normally why I do foundation first, is because of the actual fallout from eyeshadow. So because this is a super neutral, very light color, we're kind of just gonna add it all over the lid, okay? It just adds a little bit of color, a little bit of a base color, a transition shade is what I normally call it for the crazier looks. And that's that for now. We're gonna go in with a smaller brush. So this is a smaller brush that we're gonna go in with, and we're gonna go in with this brown right here, okay? Again, you're just gonna tap a little bit of product, tap it off, okay? And then you're gonna go under your eye, on the outer corner, under your lash line, okay? And you're gonna add a little bit of product there, very softly. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to, you know, pack it on. Take your time, be gentle, okay? And you're gonna mirror that. So in the outer corner of your eye, underneath your lash line, you're gonna add a little bit of product. So for this look, we're not gonna go all the way in. We're gonna make it a little bit more neutral, okay? You're gonna take that same color and you're gonna put it on the top, outer corner, but on top of this lash line. And you're gonna kind of just smoke it out just a little bit. Again, this is not gonna be a dark look. It's much more natural, which is weird for me to do. But again, that's all good. Then you're gonna go on the other side. Little bit of product, and we're just doing it on the outer corners of the eye. I will do other videos, cut creases, glam looks, whatever it is that you wanna see. This one's super basic. And this is what we're gonna do. After that, we're gonna add a little bit of a deeper color kind of into the crease. So you're gonna get an angled brush. We're gonna go in with this color right here, okay? Tap it off. And you're just going to place it right in your crease. You're gonna come out just a little bit, but in your crease, okay? It's gonna add a little bit of definition. And you're gonna do the same thing on the other eye, right in that crease, and bring it out just slightly. So all we're doing is just adding a little bit of a pop, slight color to the eye. To finish off this look, we're gonna use mascara. We're not gonna do lashes today, but I will do a separate lash video for you. Oh, I have a hair. Anyway, this mascara is actually from Morphe. So it's a pretty good mascara. I love the packaging on it. I love black. I love sleek black. So we're gonna do our bottom lashes first. You're just gonna be extra gentle because the last thing you want is to, number one, poke yourself in the eye. But number two, hit your face while you're doing it and creating a black kind of crazy raccoon look. I can't help but make a mascara face. I apologize. I had a hair on my eye and it's gone now. Yay. So we're going to do the other side. And again, you don't need a lot. This is a very, very, very basic look. It can be your everyday look or your fancy night out look if that's what you're into. Makeup is, you know, art. It is subjective. What I necessarily like and use all day, maybe you don't, and that's okay. So that's what we're gonna do, a ton of different looks. A trick with mascara is when you put it in to get more product, you're gonna swirl it like this around the inside of the tube. When you pull it out, you're just gonna tap off and pull off that extra product. If you take your mascara and you put it in and you're pumping it to get more product, all you're doing is getting bacteria and shoving it right in your mascara. So don't pump. Swirl, don't pump. We're gonna do the other eye. And that's it. That's it. We're gonna add a little bit of gloss. This one's actually from NYX, NYX. I call it both, I don't know. This is a butter gloss, and this is shade Madeline. And then you're just gonna add a little bit of gloss. You don't necessarily need lip liner. And you're done. I'm gonna add a little bit of setting spray. My go-to setting spray is actually Morphe. Obsessed. Only because it's a continuous spray. Setting spray, soak it all in. I normally use, I fell. I normally use a ton of setting spray because my looks are a bit crazier. You don't necessarily need setting spray, but it does kind of hold it in place for the day. So that's that. That is your super simple, super easy to do makeup look. We have a ton of other videos coming up, but if there is something that's specific that you want to see, let me know in the comments and I will create a video tutorial, if I can speak, on anything that you want to learn makeup wise. We also have a skincare one coming up and one on how to wash your brushes because I have about 350 brushes. And they take hours to wash. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to wash your brushes because that is a huge thing on making sure that you're not putting old crusty makeup back onto your face. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on that notification button so that you can get notified when other videos come up, and we will see you shortly. I love you lots, guys. In terms of finding a foundation that is going to work for you, what you need to determine first is what your undertones are. Generally speaking, you are either warm, cool, or neutral. And how do you find out? First step is to look at your veins. Veins in your wrist, veins in your face, veins in your neck, anything like that, anywhere you can really clearly see your veins. If you have more blue veins, mine are blue, I don't know if you can even see that on camera, but blue veins mean that you have a cool undertone. Appear to be more green, kind of olive-ish in color, you're going to be a more warm undertone. A mixture of both is a neutral undertone. Another way to find out if you can't really tell from your veins is how your skin reacts to the sun. So if you tan really easily, if you're more tan, you have more warm or deep undertones. If you burn, you're fair, which I mean is a general rule of thumb, but that's kind of also how you can figure it out too. Way to test a foundation, preferably in person, but you can do it online. In person is to test it, and you're going to test it right here. So right on your jawline, you want it to match your face and your neck. You want it to blend easily, because if you match it to your face and your neck is a different color, then you're going to have that line that shows that you're totally wearing foundation. It's either too dark or too light, and people can definitely tell. So you definitely want to blend it down into your neck and match it right here. between your face and your neck, right on your jawline, that's where you're going to match your foundation. Now, if you're purchasing online, there are a ton of different websites, like including Maybelline, Ulta, that have shade matching quizzes. So once you know your undertone, you can figure out which shade you are. Doesn't matter what brand. Another good one, which I actually haven't tried yet, but I'm going to, is Il Maquillage foundation, which also has a 60-day money-back guarantee. If it is the wrong shade, you can actually return it for a full refund. So that's another one.